Hi there, it's Fred and Fred. Thanks for tuning in to Guitar Media, and welcome to Guitar Media's Squire Stratocaster video. We're here today to take a look at this 2021 Squire Bullet Series Stratocaster in red sparkle. This 2021 Squire Stratocaster was made in Indonesia, and while it doesn't say that it was a Bullet Series on the headstock, we draw this conclusion due to the fact that the body is the thinner style body that we associate with the Bullet Series Squire Stratocasters. Weighing in at 6 pounds 14 ounces, this guitar sort of reminds me of a really lightweight Mexican hardtail Stratocaster, although I've never seen a Mexican hardtail Stratocaster. It's actually just because typically the Mexican Stratocasters also don't have Alnico pickups, and I think that's the reason why. For the bridge pickup, I've got 3.5K ohms on my meter. For the middle position, I've got 3.6K. And for the neck pickup, I've got 3.5K ohms on my meter. And this does come at somewhat of a surprise because these pickups definitely sound hotter than 3.5. And I think it's due to the fact that the ceramic magnets are very strong. And so this makes up for the lower pickup windings. after playing and recording these pickups that come in the hardtail made in Indonesia Squire Bullet Series Stratocasters from the early 2000s all the way up through these more modern guitars, I've noticed that when you play live, they really have enough get up and go. They have enough to push a classic tube amp like a deluxe reverb and almost have humbucker-like characteristics with the power and mid-range output. So, however, when you record them, like if you're in a mix, you're just fine. But if you record them just by themselves, the sound is just not as glassy and authentic classic Fender type tones. And it just doesn't sound as smooth. And it's just not as beautiful. So it's definitely a lot more of an aggressive type tone. We start off today plugging this baby straight into the 1970 Marshall Super PA amp, 100 watt amp, with the controls mostly on 10. We do not use any type of attenuators. Our speakers are the 1969 Celestion T1217s. Our close microphone at 24 inches is the Sennheiser E835. Our room microphone on top of the cabinet is the Natty RSM4 ribbon microphone. A little later in the video, we jump over to the 1965 Fender Pro Reverb amp using the same speakers and microphones, once again with the controls quite high on the amp. Sometimes we use tremolo on some of the recordings and without any attenuators. Eventually, we jump over to the 1971 Marshall Blues Breaker using the same speakers and microphones, also using the tremolo on some of the recordings. We also use the Worm Electro Harmonics 24-volt analog modulation effect, and then we use a phaser and post on one of the recordings as well. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any recommendations or prior experiences with Squire Stratocasters, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to support the channel or see some of our videos ranking higher in the Google and YouTube search engines, please like, comment, and subscribe, as this is absolutely free and the best way to support the channel. If you'd like to see more of our videos, we have several YouTube channels, including Guitar Media, Guitar Media 2, Guitar Media 3, Music Media, and the EDM Fred Sweet channel, where you can search and find many more of our videos. Thanks for watching, and check our channel for our latest videos.